Hi everybody, Ghost Critic here for this week's set of comic book reviews. It's been a bit lackluster this week, to be honest. There's quite a few comics, but all very average. They're not terrible by any means, apart from the first one, but we'll get to that in a second. So the kind of end of year review kind of show here, it's a bit meh, which is a shame. Hopefully 2012 will bring some great highlights and some great stories, but 2011 ain't over yet. So let us begin with Astonishing XMen issue 45. It's not very good. It's just not very good. Greg Pak writing and Mike McConey on art. The storyline, it's not particularly original. It feels almost like a kind of the Marvel Exiles kind of story where, you know, you've got all these different alternate dimension universes takes on different characters. And they are all in these kind of, they've been made into like living batteries basically, and every time they use their power within these batteries, it lights up a town. They get electricity or something along that lines, and it's all being monitored by this guy called I think it's the Saviour, and it's all just a bit dull. And I did go so far as this afternoon popped in to see my comic book guy and said drop it. The artwork, it's flat, it's lifeless, it's boring. It's such a shame. I used to really enjoy Astonishing XMen, but I mean, the beginning of next year I am going to be having a look at what titles I am collecting, what really could do with going so I can get new ones. It's very difficult to actually get into new comics when I've got so many ongoing series already, so that's one down anyway, so you won't be seeing Astonishing XMen anymore. Not recommended at all. One that's almost on the precipice of getting dropped, which is a shame because it has some good points, but the bad points are just so nearly taken over, and that's Batman the Dark Knight. It's issue 4. The story isn't that bad. It isn't. You have the continuation of how issue 3 ended, where Batman found himself in like a hideout of Poison Ivy, but she's missing. And the thing with this is, it's David Finch, he's not that subtle a storyline writer. He really isn't. You know, you can only use the word fear so many times before you ruin the kind of cliffhanger ending where, you know, another villain from Batman's Rogue Gallery appears. It was like being hit over the head with a sledgehammer. It really was. The problem with it is, I don't know what he's doing, but he just seems to have like a villain of the week, but does nothing with them. You know, we've seen Clayface, we've seen Two-Face, One-Face, whatever you want to call him. You didn't really see Poison Ivy, but she's been alluded to. And now we have, I won't spoil it, but you know, think of the word fear. It gets repeated so many times in this, and you know which supervillain is coming up next from Batman's history. So I want to hold on just in case. The ending may kind of explain why Batman has been uncharacteristically written. The whole, you know, beating the detective up from the previous, not beating him up, but you know, really giving him a good threatening from the last issue. This could explain why he's acting so strangely and why we're all thinking, well, this isn't the Batman we know. Who knows? The other thing that really should be so much better, and that's the artwork. It's still seriously all over the place. And will someone please show David Finch how to draw teeth? I mean, look. Can you see that? A Batman has got the biggest overhang on his top row of teeth I've ever seen. It's just ugly. There's no excuse for it. It's on the front cover. You should be showing off, you know, some of your best work on the cover, and it's just, it draws. That's all I can see when I look at the cover is those damn teeth. Seriously, I don't know how much longer I can hold on to this, but we'll see where it goes. It's almost dropped. Ultimate Comics X-Men issue 5. This is no, you know, volume 1. It's true. I'm surprised because it's Nick Spencer of Morning Glories, and Morning Glories is just amazing issue after issue after issue. And I did seriously expect more from Spencer on this. It's not bad by any means, but he is drawing things out big time. Here we have another kind of flashback to Rogue's dealings with this Stryker Jr. And, you know, her wanting to get rid of her mutant powers, and she thinks Stryker's the only one that can do this. But for him to do this for her, she basically has to turn traitor on the X-Men and lead them into this big trap. Also on the other side, you've got Quicksilver kind of with the President trying to get him to take this Cerebro unit kind of thing that will find all these mutants for him, and so he can lock them up, kill them, etc. Of course, there's a bit of a twist at the end regarding Stryker, which you kind of could see coming. But, you know, Nick Spencer, let's rank up the action here, rank up this storyline, get it over with, and move on. From DC, Justice League Dark, issue 4. Another case of kind of dragging a storyline out, to be fair. I still like it. It's still got all my favourite characters in. The team is almost coming together. But still, there's something missing now. Issue 1 and issue 2 were good and I was excited. Issue 3 and 4 have been very slow going. Sure, you've got all these duplicates of June Moon and the Enchantress, you know, causing havoc across the world by the looks of it. And all the Enchantress wants is to be joined with June Moon again. So just get on with it. Throw the bitch at her. Come on. But yeah, it's nowhere near off me getting rid of it. If you're picking it up already, what did you think? Is it slow paced? I think that's what the problem with this title is. Issue 676 of The Amazing Spider-Man, who is still the world's greatest superhero, but doesn't appear at all in this issue, apart from obviously the cover. This is a grand battle. A battle royale between Sinister Six and the Intelligentsia. It was fun. It was Dan Slott doing his humorous villain take. I had fun with this. Not the great issue. It's just done in one shot. Though, you know, at the end, Dr. Octopus, he's letting us know that 2012 he's got something big on his agenda to do, and that's basically take over the world. So that will be interesting to see where that's going to go to. But, you know, Dan Slott wrote all the characters very amusingly. I loved the Big Bang Theory little quip in there. It was just a fun read. I really enjoyed myself. No pick of the week this week, but this one was about as close as it could get. And that was issue 32.5 of The Unwritten. This is another kind of sideway kind of digression from the current storyline, but is still a really great read. Another kind of history into Pullman, this Dark Cabal's mysterious assassin, and his manipulations of history and the written word, and how, you know, all this power that comes from the stories, and just like the English language in general. Beautiful artwork by it's still, yeah, Gross and Ormston. Pleasure to read. Very different, very intelligent, very Vertigo. That's all I can really say. And yes, that's the reviews for this week. Not that many, to be fair. Yeah, that's about it. Last week of 2011. Where has the year gone? And I guess that's me out. There'll be more in 2012. Don't you worry. Adios.